Come on, you guys, man. Let's go. Where the hell has this performance actually come from tonight? Where did this come from? I don't think none of us was expecting to see this quality of performance from this team today, because we have not seen these signs whatsoever. We've been seeing digression. It felt like I was watching a completely different brand new team on show tonight. And listen, I'm not here to say that finally this is like the stepping stone we've been waiting for. Things will get better from now on. In the next games now, I must continue to see this level of performance. I think right now it is on this team, as Pochettino said, to give something back to us fans right now. But I have to say, this is a promising start, and hopefully it goes a long way towards winning this entire fan base back, because Pochettino said in his pre-match press conference about togetherness, unity. And if the team haven't given up on themselves, how the hell can I give up on my team? I can't do that. As I've been saying throughout this whole week, we have massive things to play for. We have a cup final at the end of this month. It's not time to start downing tools right now. It's not time to start giving into like dark, negative thoughts. We have things to play for. We can't afford to start feeling sorry for ourselves. And if this performance tonight is a sign of what, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can expect to see, I'm praying this is the turning point we've been waiting for, because wow, the goals on show today. Conor Gallagher finally getting his first goal of the season. What a finish that was into the top left bins. Second goal afterwards, Nicholas Jackson finally scoring with his heads. I'm not going to lie, I started like cracking up when he scored that second goal. This guy's been missing the easiest chances with his heads. All of a sudden, Poch is like, I need you tonight. And Nicholas Jackson steps up, and obviously the beautiful, artful moment of this game today, Enzo Fernandez. Pochettino said, I need a set-piece specialist in my team, and Enzo stepped up, and Enzo said he ain't going nowhere. He is not going nowhere. He took that yellow card because he was making a statement to us fans right then and there. I think Gallagher's reaction to Enzo's goal was all of us in that moment, and what a goal from Enzo. That's Hermano, man. That's Papi Chulo, man. What a performance today. And I'm praying as I'm saying that this is the start of better things to finally start coming, because I'm not going to lie, there was something beautiful in the simplicity behind how we played. I've been saying throughout the season, Pochettino, I feel like at times you're kind of overcoaching. You're overdoing things. We've seen mad stuff like centre-backs playing left back and right back, not seeing much utility behind this tactical decision. We've seen Pochettino tweak like crazy. Seen Enzo Fernandez playing as a 10, absolutely wasting this guy's best qualities. We've seen him constantly rotate the attack as well too. But today, I give him credit for the call he made to play Cole Palmer as the false nine. I don't know if he took inspiration from Kai Havertz's performance against Liverpool, but that was a masterstroke because he supported Cole Palmer alongside two inside forwards, Noni Madueke on the right hand side. Finally, we have a ball carrier that can, carry us up the field, that can take his man on, that is reliable at carrying the ball. And he finally played Nicholas Jackson in a role he's very familiar playing, which is that left-sided attacker. And I thought that he looked very good and very strong throughout this game. There were so many great positives to mention in this game. And I feel like, listen, we have to discuss what happened today. It's not about what happened before, what happens in the future. Let's at least appreciate the performance we saw on show tonight. And I feel like Pochettino came with the right ideas. I mean, we absolutely dominated Villa. It's a little disappointing that we didn't get a clean sheet. I'll talk about that later on. But to see the reaction of the team afterwards, I think one of the things I kind of liked was the fact that no one was rejoicing and going crazy after getting a win. I like the subdued nature behind how we ended this game, because for me it communicates, okay, this means absolutely nothing. Yes, we've won. Yes, we progressed through into the next round of the FA Cup. But now the challenge for this team is to do this again on Monday against Crystal Palace. Build this momentum. Can you finally do that? Can you finally show us that you understand what you're doing? And I'm praying, fingers crossed, that with the positive signs we saw today, is this the real Chelsea team that we've been waiting to see? We've seen two natural left backs either side. The overlaps throughout was so important, because when we're attacking Aston Villa, we're attacking in the 5, Gusto, bombing forward, being that third man support. Same thing with Ben Chilwell as well too. Getting supported either side by players like Nico, Madueke, of course Cole Palmer. And finally, the box presence we're seeing from our midfield in Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher. This is what these guys do best. And so many times throughout this season, we watch games where we have no box presence, where there's one attacker inside the box. And you think to yourself, it's no surprise why we're not breaking teams down or scoring goals, because we don't create enough quality chances. But today, it was almost as if we kind of simplified everything we did. We focused on using players in their best position. We focused on balance. And I think the boldest decision tonight was not starting Thiago Silva. Now, we all saw that Bell Silva tweet after that loss to Wolves. Get him out. Change things up. It's not working. Of course, but understanding that Silva and Pochettino have had many heated discussions around, differences in opinion behind how the team should be defending. But today, we saw the benefit behind finally dropping Thiago Silva to the bench. And listen, I'm not going to say Silva is a crap player. He's digressed. What I am going to say is that the way he defends doesn't necessarily complement the team that Pochettino wants. If we're going to be this mid-block team, it means that we need to have our defensive line close to our midfield. And the balance at defense wasn't making sense. You can't have Disasi and Silva together in defense because they're the same defender. They're defenders that cover their other partner. And when you have two coverers in your defense, it's no surprise by most times their reaction is going to be to stay a bit deeper. But finally, we saw Badiashile and Disasi play, I think, the second time together this season. It's interesting because these guys have played over 100, maybe even 200 games at Monaco over how many years. They know how to play together. They understand each other. They have that solid, great partnership. And we saw that on show today. We saw that with Badiashile providing us some great ball progression, using that left foot, something we've been missing out on so much throughout the season. And Disasi played one of his best games in God knows how long. I'm still thinking about that last-ditch defensive block near the end of the game. And he just looks so confident and so assured defensively. And I think that when you have those little details that's patterned in the team yet, it means the whole group, the whole block, the whole unit gets a bit stronger. They get more confident. And I saw players looking a lot more familiar in terms of how they're playing together and what they do best on the field. And I think we've been asking for this for a long time. We're wasting having pace in our back line as well too, because we're forcing in Thiago Silva. He has his qualities, but those qualities now must be to supplement and be a leader off the field for this team right now. I think that's what's best suited for him. And I think before I move on, as I'm saying, Thiago Silva, it's time to be that amazing sidekick for the team right now. And I thought Poch's use of bringing him on near the end to kind of create a back five system just to, protect the spaces even more, make us a bit more resilient defensively. That could be a better way to use him. But I guess there's work to be done behind, being a bit more fine-tuned off the ball when we play this way, because obviously you do invite a bit more pressure, and I think that's why Diaby was able to score in the 91st minute. And to be honest, this performance would have been just that bit better if we finally kept a clean sheet. So it's a reminder that there is still work to do, even though there were so many positives in this game tonight. Because as I keep saying this season, with the way we played, we must be building off this right now. This is the blueprint. Tonight, we saw the blueprint behind how we should remain to be throughout the end of this season, And I feel like it's been a long time coming. Thank God Pochettino kept things humble. Thank God he's been able, it seems currently, to galvanize the team, get behind them, deflect all the negativity away from them in press conferences. And I think today you saw a team that looks a lot more assured and a lot more confident. In particular, midfield was very good. I thought Caicedo, Enzo, to keep things brutally honest, I think everyone was good today. There was not one bad performer on the field. No one stood out as the weakness in the team today. The synergy was absolutely on point. Enzo Fernandez today, my God, people keep telling me that he can't play as an 8. He can play as an 8, but the way he was used before throughout this season wasn't how you use him. He's either too far away from the ball, he's too high up the pitch. He's a guy that starts alongside Caicedo, but when you use these two in midfield, Caicedo sits. He sits, which allows Enzo Fernandez to get inside the box, to push higher up. That is the best way to use him, and I thought Enzo was absolutely king in midfield today. And that free kick he took one of the goals of the season, that was a beautiful free kick. I've not seen a free kick that good for such a long time. There's just like the perfect technique to use as well. Top left bins, and the celebration at the end, the way he gassed it, the emotion. You know, that's what you want to feel as a fan. That's what you want to see. The guys were together behind him. Nicholas Jackson rightfully kissing this guy's shirt. He ain't going nowhere. And he ain't going nowhere because he signed a ridiculously long contract. So good luck, Enzo, if you thought that was going to happen. But come on, man. This is the reaction you want to see after what's been such a depressing few last months. And I'm hoping now that Pochettino has kind of understood that you have to embrace the youthfulness of this team. You know? Times when you had Maatsen, you want to use him right wing. You're just overcoaching, overcomplicating things. And I guess it's no surprise why the energy is reflected behind the performances on the field that you see. You know, sometimes you just got to let players do what they do best. This is the same energy you had at Spurs that first season where you helped get Spurs back on the map and get them into Europe. It's about time you went back to your coaching principles. And I'm glad whatever's happened over these past few days, it was a very positive reaction because a performance like this just can't come from nowhere. It's not even because Aston Villa were poor today. I think Aston Villa got bamboozled. They weren't expecting it. The way we played throughout from top to bottom was absolutely on point. And I guess I have to say too, the game management, I was here for it. Because you know what? I'm okay with us going to win games in the opening minutes up to the 60th minute. And then from then on, let's drop the lines back. Let's soak up some pressure. Let's play on the counter-attack. We had a few moments where we could have made it 4 near the end, especially in the final few moments of the game. But playing this way for this team right now, this is how you can build and solidify the foundation, yeah? Don't overcomplicate it. This team isn't good enough to dominate possession with like 65-70% of the ball, score 2-3 goals, keep clean sheets, and just be absolutely spectacular in all areas. They aren't there just yet, but we bought this young team because one day they have the potential to get there. But you can't force all of it so soon. So I'm really hoping that Pochettino now has kind of figured out the team. I'm hoping the team gave good advice to Pochettino because we've heard for so many times throughout the season, a lot of players have been a bit unhappy behind how they've been used, and there have been those disagreements with the manager. So the fact that Poch has humbled himself, he's listened to the team and he's focusing on what's best, which is impressing us fans and doing right by this football club. I can't fault him for that. Now, as I'm saying, I'm not here to say that we're back right now, but this is a promising start. We can see what happens in the future. This gives us something to at least have some hope for. And let's hope the biggest challenge right now after a game like this, where you're surprising everyone, especially your opponents, is to continue this now and build from this momentum, yeah? We have the quality. We've seen it in spurts throughout the season. It's about finding that consistency right now. So my friends, tomorrow I'm going to be dissecting this game in greater detail because there were so many promising, exciting things to see. I hope this is the start of beautiful things to come right now because boy, we've needed it. Boy, has it been a hard start to life under the Todd Bowley regime at this football club. And hopefully now, you know, people are starting to figure out what this team's actually about. I'm going to let these guys start cooking right now. So my friends, share your thoughts and opinions. Hit that like button. How are you feeling about this result today? And make sure you guys have the notification buttons on for tomorrow because I need to dissect this game in greater detail and it's time to bring back a What We Learn video. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you guys are gassed by the result today. I'm NEFC. This is BlueLionsTV. See you all later. Cool.